morning everyone, welcome back to our channel. It is week 2 of Baby Led Weaning. So for the first week, we've actually tried avocado, banana, sweet potato, chicken, and the last one was yogurt. And unfortunately, he had a reaction to yogurt. He started having hives. Thank God he didn't have any trouble breathing. He was just very irritated. He started just scratching. I basically put some yogurt in a little spoon, gave it to him, and he looked like he was really having fun. And then I put a little bit more yogurt into his spoon, and I guess, I don't know, maybe it was too much, I'm not sure. But anyways, he started having some itchiness, he started scratching his face, his head, he was so irritated, he started being so red. And then, so I obviously stopped it, washed him, put a little bit of hydrocortisone where the areas were really red. And then I called the doctor, but I was redirected to call another hotline, like it's called telehealth where we live. And I was instructed to obviously not give more yogurt, and then eventually my doctor called to say, you know, I'll recommend a specialist, like an allergist. The redness in his face died down and he was able to take a nap, and thankfully he was okay after that. Favorite out of those foods that I mentioned, avocado, bananas, sweet potato, chicken, and yogurt, I think his most favorite one was sweet potato. Yeah, we basically reintroduced just those foods that he didn't have any reactions to during that weekend. And now it's week 2 of Baby Led Weaning. Yesterday we had apples, steamed it in our rice cooker, and he really likes it. And today we are trying carrots. Just added a little bit of oil and paprika powder. To shake it. Basically, when he wakes up from his nap, I will give him the carrots. I don't know the reaction. Therese had her first food was mashed carrots, and I think she kind of liked it. Maybe Timothy will like it too, right, Therese? Yeah. There's some carrots. Yummy. Okay, one only for now. It's called carrots.
Carrots.
Just trying to figure it out. Timmy, how do you like it? Oh. One thing I actually forgot to mention is that Timothy actually also tried eggs. Unfortunately, he's also allergic. He started having hives in his arms and on his face. And so, yeah, unfortunately. So we basically mixed like oatmeal and some breast milk, and it was about 5 teaspoons of oatmeal. He finished it all! Wow! I mean, maybe because it had breast milk, that's why you really liked it. Good morning, everyone. So we basically got the appointment with the allergist, so me and Timothy are off now to see her. Peekaboo. So this is basically what happened during our appointment earlier. We walked in and they asked us to fill in a questionnaire. Some of the questions were, what are your concerns today? Any of your family members have allergies to food, medications, environmental stuff, and if you're on any medications right now, and any other health issues. I think those are some of the questions that were asked. The nurse called us in and weighed Timothy. He was about 7.8 pounds. And then after that, we had to wait again in the waiting area. Finally, we saw a doctor. Just told her the whole story of what happened, and you know, some things that she asked was he eating by himself, like feeding himself, was he playing with the food a lot, like on his face, because that's where the hives were, like on his face. And I showed pictures to her, and I also told her that he also developed a reaction to eggs. After the health history taking, she asked a lot of questions, and those are the questions that I actually remember. And then after that, she basically pricked 3 spots. She said that it's not really a prick, it's more like a scratch. She said maybe he'll cry, but most likely he won't, because he might not even feel it. And so that was reassuring. Timothy didn't cry at all. Basically, she said that she tested for egg and milk, and she said she'll be back after 15 minutes. And after 15 minutes, she came back in. She had this ruler thing, and she was measuring, I guess, the size of the hive or the reaction to the skin. And she said that this confirms that, you know, he's allergic to eggs and milk. Basically, her advice is avoid milk and egg for now. We can test it again when he's much older, because these allergens are very common amongst kids and they can outgrow them, which is good. So she said that we can book an appointment when he's a year old just to do they call it an egg challenge. I honestly can't remember, but she said that we can recheck it. Sometimes kids can tolerate eggs as long as they're really cooked well. Let's say if it was cake or like a muffin or some sort of thing. Anyway, the point is that kids can outgrow them and we can later on revisit it. But for now, just avoid it completely. The other thing she said was all the other allergens like peanut butter, soy, hummus, stuff that I can't remember right now on the top of my head. Try it. Let him, introduce it to him so that he doesn't develop more allergies. That's what she said. Other thing she said was, if I'm introducing new foods, let's say fish or all the other things that I said earlier, like nuts and soy and sesame and all that stuff, that she would prefer that I feed him instead of him playing with the food, just for that, you know, the beginning part, like the introducing part, because she fears that because he has eczema already, and sometimes when the food touches his face, it just flares it up more and more. And so she suggested that A, I feed him, and B, that I put some Vaseline, make sure that he's moisturized on his face before I feed him. She prescribed us 2 EpiPens just in case something happens, and she taught us how to use the EpiPen. Am I scared? Of course, to use it on my own child is a bit, just the thought of it, I never really thought that we would have an EpiPen in our household. Sure, my husband is allergic to shellfish, but it's not to the point that we need an EpiPen. And so it kind of scares me a bit. It's kind of like an overwhelming thought to have at home, that it might be possible. What if I'm not with him? You know, thoughts of a mom. It's just what if? It's not, you don't even know if it's gonna happen if you're already thinking about it. Anyways, that's just a paranoid self talking to me. Yeah, so basically that's the last thing. She prescribed us EpiPen and then she sent us on our way home. That is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. We'll see you in our next one. Bye!